and Spokes Promotions, coordinating Australia's national Supercross series. Do you prefer racing? Or is freestyling more your thing? Well, the only show that's got the light is right here, the Supercross Masters. The burner was back in Adelaide and he annihilated the field.
But Michael Byrne appears a cut above the rest of the pack and he will claim the win.
After finishing ninth in the AMA, Michael Byrne has plenty of tricks up his sleeve, so he should smoke them here in Brisbane. Craig Anderson leads the series for KTM, but Byrne's Honda teammate Cam Taylor has eaten into Ando's points lead.
Well, my plan is to win. Whatever happens behind me happens. You know, I just want to win, hopefully finish behind me and more than 1 or 2 places behind me so I can make some real points up.
Suzuki's Darryl Hurley won the Brisbane outdoor event earlier this year and became the first Kiwi ever to win a round of the Supercross. He's riding well and could surprise again. Team Green has a full complement of experienced riders back on deck, with Lee Hogan and Craig Carmichael joined by the F111 Danny Ham. Throw in hometown hero Peter Melton on the Wales Kawasaki, and the fans might be turning green today. Craig Dack's Yamaha team has changed weapons for this round. Troy Carroll parking the 254-stroke and jumping back on the 2-stroke for an all-out attack.
It's the last indoor hit out before the arrival of the undisputed king of Supercross. Jeremy McGrath touches down at Melbourne Park early next month, and the Aussies are ready.
Even though I've been in America the last 9 months racing in the same finals as him, I never actually raced with him, or he was a lot faster than what I was, so hopefully when he comes to Australia it'll be a different story.
Jono Porter missed out on the big bucks in the expression session in Adelaide, but plans to make up for it in Vegas. Dane Kinnaird won't make it a walk in the park for him. Stand by, because the Supercross Masters is going to rock your world. Time to take a closer look at the Brisbane layout as we jump aboard with Danny Ham. Joining us in the commentary box, John Cobby.
Thanks, Rusty, as we watch Danny Ham on his Team Green Kawasaki work his way through a very tricky little triple. Now into the Kawasaki step up, and he doubles the last two. We'll be watching this part of the track with great anticipation throughout the evening. Now he gasses it up, jumps 2 of the very big triple. Next up on his agenda, tight right-hander. He'll fire the Kawasaki 250 thoroughbred through the stutters. Now he'll swing past the Wiseco starting gate, and then it's time for the finishing line tabletop, which he jumps nice and easily.
Heat action from the 250's a good start by Craig Anderson, but making a better one on bike 2, that is Michael Byrne.
Yeah, the burner fired up after winning the previous 2 rounds of the Australian Supercross Masters Championship. And these two, certainly no love lost between them. Ando tries his luck up the inside, but Burner hangs on.
So crucial to clear that triple, and you can see how much of a gain Michael Byrne has made from doing that. He takes this one out easily. Craig Anderson will finish second.
An easy win for the burner aboard his Pirelli Honda as we go racing now in the 125s. Heat race action underway. Robbie Marshall, the local Queenslander, nails the whole shot.
Oh, they've come together there. Jono Porter has come down. Robbie Marshall so lucky. Let's have a closer look at this.
Yeah, they come together here. You see the tricky triple jump. Jono bites the bullet. A couple of other riders involved, but Robbie Marshall now a big lead.
The margin will be too big. Robbie Marshall is going to take this one out comfortably.
Oh, hi, Jono Porter. Just practicing a few of my moves for the expression session. Check them out. A little bit of surfing thrown in as well. Now this is what I class as a lazy boy. And one for the ladies too, side saddle. Check them out next in the expression session.
We're back. Time for the first of the semi-finals in the 250s. Away we go. Good start on the inside by Craig Anderson, but making the better of it, Michael Byrne.
The burner used to these pressure-type situations from his stint in the US. Craig Carmichael away quite nicely, and also Troy Carroll doing quite well as they work their way around the left-hander. The hammer goes down, and just look at the burner clearing out on them.
Daryl Hurley in trouble there on the Suzuki. Boy, he got a bad line going up that jump, and he has come down. That's a shame for the Kiwi. He's been riding so well this evening.
Here's Daryl Hurley, the first New Zealander to win a round of this championship a couple of months back at Brisbane International Speedway. Let's watch on the replay. His teammate Paul Broomfield just takes his line coming out of that berm. He jumps off the racetrack, and it's curtains for him from there.
Rotten luck for Daryl Hurley. This is the battle for second position. Craig Carmichael riding superbly on the Kawasaki at the moment. Keep in mind, he's a busy man this evening, riding in the 125s as well. Bike 2 leading the way comfortably. That is Michael Byrne.
He lines up for the tabletop jump and commandingly wins semi-final number 1.
It's going to be hard to stop tonight. Michael Byrne, the second semi-final, 111. Closest to screen is Danny Ham. They head into the first corner. Cameron Taylor aboard bike 15 takes it.
What a demon start from the O'Neill Honda Speedster. This Victorian now hell-bent on trying to grab a win. He's been the bridesmaid on so many occasions this season, but Greggy's certainly fired up this evening.
What about the performance of the hometown hero on bike 11, the Wales Kawasaki? Peter Melton doing a great job. And number 7, Shane Metcalf on the O'Neill Honda is right in the thick of things.
And what a dogfight this is, Rusty. Matthew McKenna, Shane Metcalf and Troy Carroll all vying for the third and final transfer spot into tonight's final. This is great stuff as we watch them now through the Kawasaki step-up.
A change of machinery for Carroll compared to the last round in Adelaide. He was on the 4-stroke Yamaha 250, back on the 2-stroke this evening, but a bit further down the order. Look at this. Shane Metcalf picks up another position, moves through. Brilliant stuff.
Great slide job on the inside there from the young Manham rider as we watch him now gas the thing up through the triple section, holding a nice tight line. But meanwhile, out in front, it's the Dandenong Dynamo, Cameron Taylor on bike 15, second in the points going into this, and his sights now firmly fixed on a final victory.
Desperation time, the last chance qualifier. Only first and second will advance to the final into the first turn. Troy Carroll there. Oh, Matty McKenna's come down.
Yeah, the Dubbo privateer for Central West Motorcycles having no real influence on this one as we pick up the CDR Fox Yamaha rider, and Troy Carroll looking good out in front at the moment. There's plenty of pressure here. Team Suzuki Australia, Paul Broomfield chasing him at the moment.
Good ride from Broomfield. These two have managed to pull clear of the field. Probably the strongest showing we've seen from Broomfield for a while.
Yeah, Broomy going well on bike 31. His pursuit of Troy Carroll continues as they negotiate the KTM corner. Carroll now with a sizable advantage, and looks as though he will take this one commandingly if he can just keep the thing upright.
That section down the Kawasaki straight where that step-up jump is, it's been so hard for the riders to come to terms with.
Of course, Michael Byrne's been very quick in that section, perhaps with an advantage over his rivals, but it's checkered flag time and Troy Carroll wins.
Time for the freestylers to strut their stuff. First up, Jono Porter, and it's a heel clicker to kick things off.
Showing his flexibility and agility. JP doing it nicely aboard his Team Suzuki 125.
This really is going to be a battle between Porter and Dane Kinnaird. Kinnaird, a no-handed saran wrap.
He really does let these rip impeccably. Have a look at that. He just gets back aboard the bike before the landing.
The Gladstone Gladiator now over the triple, and it's the kiss of death from Jono Porter.
A jump that he only perfected a few months back in Adelaide. As we watch him now in replay, this is amazing stuff. Almost a heart attack to boot. The body almost vertical, Greg.
Incredible. Kinnaird, what can he do in response? Look at that. It's an Indian air.
Defying gravity, the insane Dane Kinnaird goes for it with the big Indian air, as you suggested. He always lets them rip beautifully.
Porter responds with a no-hander lander.
Just listen to the crowd going absolutely berserk with this one as he lands the thing. No aids to the steering of that bike, and he still does it well.
Kinnaird been jumping well this season. Boy, oh boy, a double saran wrap and a no-hander lander.
I'm just about speechless with that. He just gets the arms off the bars, and a real innovation, that one.
Now, this is his trademark move, perfected only recently, the catwalk.
The crowd and the judges love it for No Fear. These two young men, two of the best in the world, and the judges cannot split them. It's half each thanks to No Fear.
Last season, they were the almost unstoppable juggernaut. Andrew McFarlane won the series, and on paper, a Team Green Kawasaki was the bike to have in 2001. McFarlane headed overseas for a full attack on the World Motocross Championship, and the team was left with some big shoes to fill. Enter Lee Hogan. Hoag's first assignment was to help sort out a bike which was no longer a jet, thanks to a rule change which forced competitors to use pump fuel.
We had a really good bike setup that McFarlane raced with last year, and I had the pleasure of testing that at the end of last year, and it was awesome. But as soon as we tried to run it on pump gas, it didn't run at all. So basically we had to start from scratch, from square one. And it was a little bit difficult for a while, to come up with a setting that was good enough to race with, yeah.
A late mid-season signing was another experienced pilot, Danny Ham. His first round in Adelaide was a tough one, with a crash in practice damaging his wrist. He's back for Brisbane, but he'll be taking it easy as the surgery heals.
I've been looking for a ride all year long. Kawasaki backed me all the way, so I haven't had enough rides on it yet. I've only had one Supercross where I didn't finish a night, so this is my second time out on it, and things are going well. I'm happy, I'm comfortable, so we'll just have to go out and have some fun.
Hoping to step out of McFarlane's shadow this year is Craig Carmichael. Kari has the enjoyable and yet unenviable job of racing for Team Green in both the 125s and the 250s.
You're working a bit harder, if you get used to one bike, you can really get out there and flow, but when you're swapping from one to the other, it's really hard to get loose and relax and ride a good race. You've got to put a bit more effort in, so you're getting twice as worn out.
McFarlane's departure at the end of last season wasn't the only big change. Ace engineer Rob Twyrold switched to a rival camp, and that allowed his former right-hand man Matt Bromley to step up to the role of team manager. It's been a big learning year for Matt, adjusting to the needs of two new riders and coping with the demands of being team boss. To make matters worse, the collapse of OneTel saw the team lose its major sponsor. Fortunately, Matt has the full support of Kawasaki management, and things are starting to head in the right direction.
I think we're there, but I think a couple of little things need fine-tuning. We're looking forward to progressing for the rest of the season, and we've got bigger sights next year as well, so we're quite happy with the way we're going so far.
Craig Carmichael carrying Kawasaki's hopes in this one. Jono Porter is in there, and Shane Boyd. Watch him on the Yamaha. Classfield, Troy Doran, the reigning champ, in there as well. We're set for a start in the 125 final. Good one by Troy Doran on bike one as they head into the opening corner, but it's Robbie Marshall who's got the upper hand.
Yes, Rocket Robbie Marshall away nicely. Doran now challenges as they negotiate the Kawasaki step up. Look at Marshall coming back at him on the outside, but no, it's bike one, Troy Doran at the moment.
Brett Metcalf on the KTM is doing very well. There's Craig Carmichael on a charge now. He's gotten around Robbie Marshall. The next target, Troy Doran.
The 26-year-old currently sitting second in the points for Team Green Kawasaki. Just look at him, he almost appears too big for this motorcycle, but he still jumps that triple section and goes on the attack as he looks up the inside. He can't quite do it for the moment. Dozza hangs on.
Doran got a better run out of that corner and hangs on to the lead. Carmichael is right with him as they go through the whoops. Looking for an inside run is Craig Carmichael. He out-muscles him. Passes Troy Doran. Great move.
Well, we mentioned it was his forte, the stutters, and that's exactly where he blasted on through. He's very solid in the upper body region, although he nearly throws the thing away. And now, can Carmichael hang on to it? There'll certainly be heaps of pressure from here on in.
There won't be much of a break for him at the end of this race. He's got to back up for the 250 final as well, Craig Carmichael. Looking good at the moment, though, in the 125 final. This is Brett Metcalf on the comeback trail after an injury for the Castrol KTM squad. And, gee, there is a lot of interest in this man on the European scene. A lot of talk, John, that he might be in the World Motocross Championship next year.
That's exactly right, Greg. It looks as though he's managed to secure the last 3 rounds of the 125 World Championship a little later this year. Oh, look at this. He's come up short on the triple and face planted into the terra firma. Gets up, trying to shake himself back into it. Let's watch on the replay. This is a big one.
Well, he just miscues on that third jump. The front wheel collects it. The bike cartwheels from there. And he kisses the dirt.
Well, if anything was ever going to test his shoulder after the rehab, this was it, Rusty. And one of the worst ways to crash to if you're going to have one, and that's over the bars.
Gee, that was a heavy fall for Brett Metcalf. This man can afford to cruise on the Team Green Kawasaki. Craig Carmichael has blitzed them in the 125 final. He takes it out comfortably. The reigning champ, Troy Doran, will get home in second position. Third to Robbie Marshall. Jono Porter in fourth. And unfortunately, not enough laps completed for Shane Boyd. He's a non-finisher.
I've been having a bit of trouble tonight on the 125. I'm a bit big for the thing, and you know, I was surprised I got around there like that. But you know, Dozza rode a good race, and you know, I'm just more than happy.
Carmichael's effort has helped cut Troy Doran's championship lead down to 6 points. Jono Porter in third, Jai Harvey sixth.
Hi, I'm Michael Byrne. You're watching the Supercross Masters on 10. Up next is the 250 final.
We're back at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre getting set for the 250 final. A nervous time for some of these riders. Will this man back up his performance from Adelaide? Not if hometown hero Peter Reggie Melton has anything to say about it. Shane Metcalf is in this one for the O'Neill Honda squad, who are going to be tough to beat. Craig Carmichael backing up from the 125 final to tackle the 250s as well. Troy Carroll, the lone pilot for Yamaha. Here's the man who is determined to take this one out. Let's have a look at the grid.
Craig Anderson, he'll be there for Castrol KTM, Craig Carmichael, Michael Byrne, Shane Metcalf, Troy Carroll and Paul Broomfield. as we prepare for the launch to the all-important final. Revs are up and they are away. Turn 1, the Burner's away beautifully. Ando's there with him, and also challenging early on is Taylor on bike 15.
Good start by Shane Metcalf as well. Peter Reggie Melton right in an attack mode here as he pushes Byrne wide. That helps Craig Anderson into the lead. You can see on the inside, bike 11 is Melton opting for a different line, and it pays dividends too.
He hits the front on his whale Kawasaki, just showing to Burner that he doesn't care if Michael's been racing in the States. He's still got experience, and he carved him up with an inside move a lap ago.
Anderson is very aware that Michael Byrne is right with him. Side by side, the two of them. Byrne taking big chunks out of second position and muscles his way through.
That was an exceptional move, and that's what we were talking about, the advantage in that Kawasaki step-up section that the Burner has over his rivals. And this will be interesting. Will we see some form of retribution as the Burner closes in on the veteran Queensland pilot?
You can see the locals cheering for Peter Melton as he came across. Oh boy, that is Byrne. An uncharacteristic lose, and that will cost him a lot of track position.
It'll be interesting to watch that on the replay, Rusty. As we watch him now, he comes up a little short, the left hand comes off the bars, and it just throws him almost over the high side of his Pirelli Honda.
Let's have another look. Maybe from a different angle we'll get a clearer picture of it. Here we go with the Burner. Looks such a soft accident, doesn't it? Hits the top of the jump. His hand, yep, you're right, his hand comes off the bar, and he's a passenger from there.
And look at this, the KTM of Craig Anderson seemed to get a little balked there as the O'Neill Honda of Cameron Taylor swept on past. And now Taylor, he's pressuring Melton. He goes through, almost feeds him a handle grip in the process, and he takes the lead. Taylor on fire at the moment.
What an aggressive ride by Cameron Taylor on the O'Neill Honda. He senses that this is his opportunity. Desperately wanted to take out one of the Adelaide rounds. It went to the Pirelli Honda rider, Michael Byrne. Now Cameron Taylor seeking revenge.
And he's already gapped Peter Melton too as we watch them through the stutters. Reggie under attack from Craig Anderson, whose KTM has blasted on past him. And look at this, Michael Byrne has come from nowhere to be challenging from fourth, Rusty.
Gee, he makes some big inroads over the triple jumps and down this back section of the straight. Watch him as he comes over the Kawasaki step up. Let's see how much ground he makes up here. Gets around Reggie Melton. So he's on a charge.
Yes, his favourite part of the track once again. So the Burner back into third place now in his pursuit of Team Castrol. KTM's Craig Anderson now is on. Remember, Ando desperate to protect his points lead in the championship.
What will the KTM rider be able to do about Michael Byrne? There's not a lot of time left in this race. But Byrne has got some incredible pace on the O'Neill Honda. Again, he makes up a stack of ground and gets past Craig Anderson, now into second.
There's just no substitute for US experience as the Burner now rockets into second place. But the big question is, has he got enough time left to catch his Honda compatriot in Cameron Taylor?
Has he got enough energy left as well? This has been a impressive ride from Michael Byrne, but what about the effort of Cameron Taylor over the triple and already acknowledging the crowd? He thinks he's got this one safely in the bag.
He's been second on many occasions this year. He's looking good for a full point haul of 20 points as he gasses it up, comes over the tabletop and starts celebrating.
Second position will go to the Pirelli Honda rider, his compatriot, Michael Byrne. Craig Anderson finishes third and retains his championship lead. Reggie Melton fourth, Craig Carmichael seventh.
I've got a lot of seconds and not enough first. So, once I saw that clear track, I just went for it. Last 5 or 6 laps, just slowed down. You had a big gap on Michael and cruised around and beat me on ride safe.
Taylor's win has reduced Anderson's championship lead to just 12 points. Reggie Melton in third, Paul Broomfield 6, just ahead of Troy Carroll.
And here he is, an absolute living legend of Supercross racing, Jeremy McGrath, 11 times US national champion, and he will be coming to Melbourne's Rod Laver Arena on August 11 and 12 to bang bars with the Burner, Ando and the rest of the guys to see if he can beat Australia's best. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Sure is. He's the winningest rider, the undisputed king of Supercross, Jeremy McGrath. Don't miss it. August 11 and 12 at the Rod Laver Arena, Melbourne Park. And then the best on the domestic scene will go at it in the grand final of the Supercross on the 20th and 21st of October at the Olympic venue, the Sydney Superdome. And for all your ticket information for both of those events, check it out, ticketek.com. There is a link also from our Supercross Masters website. On behalf of John Cobby, it's bye for now. Supercross Masters, brought to you by Yamaha. Where you go now is up to you. And Spokes Promotions, coordinating Australia's national Supercross series.